This is Makena. There are thousands of Makenas in Kenya, East Africa today. This is Reverend Rick and Jane Taylor, missionaries to Kenya for the past 23 years. They have a vision for Kenyan youth, the largest demographic segment in this third world country. They invite you to become a part of this vision. Their vision, Makena's Hope, will improve the lives of Kenyan teenagers along with their families and community. Rick and Jane have embraced the people of Kenya and have become part of their culture, reaching out to meet their needs and understand their struggles. They love the youth so much that they adopted 4 Kenyan girls 18 years ago. The Taylors have a long history of successful projects on the mission field. The first of many was a feeding program during the worst famine in Kenyan history, feeding 726 children and 160 families in a rural area. At the same time, Rick and Jane developed and successfully operated a correspondence Bible program which touched 13,000 lives. The Kenyan people have welcomed the Taylors into their schools and churches, where they've conducted numerous men's and ladies' seminars and shared the story of Christ in 108 rural schools. They've been blessed to show the Jesus film to hundreds of thousands during these years. Rick has used his gift of engineering and architecture many times on behalf of the people of Kenya. He built a 4,500 square foot clinic in a rural area that treated thousands of Kenyans who would otherwise have gone without medical care. On the same site, he built a huge cistern to furnish clean water for the clinic and the community. Rick and Jane operated this clinic for 6 years, seeing 80 to 100 patients a day and providing excellent wound care and much needed medication. In the years since, Rick designed and built several schools and churches. In various areas he worked, including the slums of Nairobi. This school in the slums had to be built on land ruined by sewage, and Rick was able to design and build a foundation where many others had failed. These numerous projects have prepared the Taylors for this current project, simply known as Makena's Hope. Makena in Swahili is translated the Happy One. This project will affect the rural community of Kakuyuni, primarily made up of peasant farmers living below the poverty level, earning less than $1 a day. Most children are able to attend primary school through 8th grade. This area surrounding Kakuyuni has 80 primary schools, with each averaging about 800 children. The sad truth is that many of these children are unable to continue into secondary education due to lack of funds. For that reason, most drop out of school and then are unable to obtain employment. With no usable education, many teens turn to drugs and violent street behavior, including prostitution, in an area where HIV/AIDS is skyrocketing. Girls often have to marry early or become house help, where most are physically and sexually abused. This project, Makena's Hope, will include a co-ed technical school providing 300 to 500 well-taught young people each year who will now have hope for tomorrow. Training courses will include carpentry, masonry, auto mechanics, tailoring and dressmaking, plumbing, computer courses, hairdressing, welding, and parenting and child care. Plans for the project are complete and construction has begun. Phase 1 was started this past summer with much accomplished. The land has been purchased and fenced. The road to the site and the foundation for the training house were both completed this summer. The existing road, connecting the market and community with the water supply, had 2 to 3 foot gullies crisscrossing it, making it impossible to travel with a donkey cart. Therefore, the women had to walk down to the water to fill and hand-carry buckets, making several trips over 2 miles to finally fill their 55-gallon container. As you can see by these pictures, Rick coordinated local workers, supplies, and equipment to complete the road. The community embraced the project and is already enjoying its benefit. Included in the construction plan is a clean water well and a generator for electricity, both of which will be available to the community for the first time, improving the lives of many. In addition to the technical school building, there will be a training house for staff and visiting teams, and to provide an area for counseling and teaching. This summer, Rick coordinated the completion of the foundation for the training house. Rick loves teaching and used every opportunity to start teaching the men this summer. He has already begun hands-on instruction of tools and skills to the local workers. Plans for the entire 3-phase project are complete. Goals for our project, along with the timeline, can be seen at our website, www.penuelministries.org. There is a vision for the youth of Kenya. We ask you to become part of this vision. Please help us to achieve our funding goals today. Please do your part to give Makena hope for tomorrow.